Hey everyone, it is Saturday, June 4th. The time right now is 5:40 p.m. and the temperature is around 21 degrees Celsius. And I am trying to flip my camera back around. This is the backup camera. There we go. As the main camera is all out of juice. That is Adelaide Street. That in front of me is the St. Regis. And the video I uploaded for this morning was a walk through that property. And this here is the Bay Adelaide Center Courtyard. And it's 5:40 and I have dinner plans at 6:15 up at Hemingway's restaurant, and that is in the Yorkville neighborhood. And according to Google Maps here, it's going to take me 39 minutes to make that walk. Or 36 if I take Bay Street, I think. I think I can get there on time. So I'll be turning right here, which is taking me in the wrong direction for a block or so, and then I'm just going to walk north up Yonge Street all the way up to Bloor Street West, and then I'll head west over into Yorkville and find my way to the restaurant. So this here is Temperance Street. So this would be, I guess, the northeast part of the financial district. And the reason I'm using the backup camera is the main one is out of juice, as this is the 4th video I've recorded today. I left my apartment thinking I was maybe just going to make one video through the Due West Festival, but a subway closure had me jumping out early, and I decided to record a walk over to the start of the festival. Then I recorded a walk through the festival, and then I did another one, since that took me to Ossington and Dundas, and I did Ossington and Queen Street West. Then I thought, what the heck, I'm already downtown anyways, let's get a 4th one in here. So this is north up the west side of Yonge Street. Someone's listening to Queen. And this is Queen Street coming up. And another thing that's broken on this camera is the control stick. So if I want to zoom in, I have to do it the old-fashioned way by using the touch screen. And the same goes for adjusting the tilt. And what is dangling off the side of this motorcycle? Looks like he's got large tassels hanging off of it. That is the Eaton Center, just on that side of the street. And that's a look west along Queen Street West. I've never seen a bike like that before. least not with large tassels or pieces of rope dangling from the handlebars. There's the Elgin and Winter Garden Theatre on the right. That is the last remaining still operating double-decker theatre in the world. I went through there last Sunday as part of Doors Open, and I recorded that. There's a look up at the Massey Tower. There's Hendrix on the left. I think at one time this was an Expectations restaurant. I like how that guy just fanned out as far right as possible, pushing me onto the road. Here's Shooter Street. And normally when I record up this way, I'm on the other side of the street. There's a lot of retail over there. It's just the facade of the Eaton Center on the left. And I'll stick on this side. There's Urban Outfitters. And you can get a pass to hop off and on this bus all day long. It runs about $60. It also includes a boat ticket. It looks like there might be some kind of event going on in Dundas Square. Looks like a concert. Hopefully I don't pick up a copyright match for that. I'm going to stay the course and just keep continuing to march north up Yonge Street. And this is Yonge and Dundas. Hey, look who's here. Toronto icon. Hello. He's quite friendly if you stop and have a chat with him. I think you'll even find a Facebook page dedicated to him. There's a food market called the World Food Market just across the street over there. That's the Sheldon and Tracy Levy Student Learning Center, part of the Toronto Metropolitan University. Or the school formerly known as Ryerson. There's a big lineup to get into the warehouse last night. And there will probably be another one tonight. It is 5:51, so I've got to keep my legs moving here if I don't want to be late. There is Concord Sky, or the future home of Concord Sky. Concord Addicts took over that development, and it's currently approved for 85 stories. I think they've since applied for a height increase up to 95. And when completed, it will surpass Aura across the street as the tallest residential building in the country. Although with its height in limbo, it could also be One Bloor West, which I'll be walking by at the end of this walk with that mantle, or Pinnacle south of here down at Lakeshore and Yonge. All three of those buildings, I think, have pending height increases. So it's impossible to say at this point, I think, which will be the tallest. And I think One King West and Pinnacle will be taller than Concord Sky, even if the height increases don't go through. And there's the new urban format IKEA in the base of Aura. I did a video there shortly after it opened, and that one has racked up quite a few views. That is where the big slice used to be. These lights might really make or break it if I'm to be on time or not. I'm generally quite punctual. I hate the idea of making someone wait because I couldn't get myself together to be on time. And alternatively, I hate waiting for people. I try to be patient, but it's just kind of a quality I've always had. I don't really show it. I just kind of bite my lip and smile and say, hi, how are you? But inside, I died a little having to wait. I can't be the only one like that. a look into College Park. I think this is water main replacement going on the right. And this has been here forever, it feels like. I don't know if the camera's focusing on that, but I'm a little over 17,000 steps today. And I did not take the dog out for a walk. His owners came over and picked him up to take him for a doggy haircut. That's just the dog that I've been babysitting.
Saving grace for that.
So this is College on the left, Carlton on the right, and you'll find College Station here. I think I'm going to make more than a few beers disappear when I get to Hemingway's after all this walking. And this is where there used to be a Hoop Sports Bar and Grill. And it got torn down as they cleared the lot out for that condo. And they have reemerged as the tenant. That's always good to see. And this is Yonge and Alexander. I think that guy knew who I was. He just kind of looked at me and smiled like, I know what that's all about. I've talked a bit about in the past the blandification slash condification, or condification, however you say it, of Yonge Street.
I gave her two.
And there's a good example of that on the right. We've lost a lot of the really cool retail, or at least retail spaces. And they've been replaced with these sort of bland condo retail storefronts, which often end up larger, so they tend to go to bigger, I guess more stable tenants, places like banks and corporate chains. The types of places that don't really add anything to a community, at least in terms of the vibrancy of a neighborhood. there's still a lot of interesting establishments along Yonge. And this is Wellesley Street coming up.
You're there to train your kids, but and then he's like, you know what? It's 2020.
And that used to be a Starbucks. And there's Wellesley subway station. Let's see if I can get an update on how long Google says it'll be from here to Hemingway's. Well, it is 6:01 and Google is telling me 15 minutes. I just got a message from one of my friends saying they might be a few minutes late. I find whatever Google suggests as a walking time, I typically beat by around 15% or so.
That's hilarious.
Sometimes a lot more than that. I remember recording one walk that Google said would take an hour and 35. And I polished off in just over an hour.
Definitely gonna be. Oh, me avisa quando parar.
That guy was on a 9-bot max. That's the kind of scooter I have. You gotta be kind of bold to ride one quickly down Yonge, especially without a helmet. This street is, for the most part, in rather atrocious condition. You don't want to hit one of those big potholes at full speed with those tiny e-scooter wheels. Well, I hope the rest of her day goes a little better than it's gone so far. the CAA Theater, formerly the Panasonic Theater. It's gone by a few other names as well. I remember as a kid going there and seeing the original run of Forever Plaid. And before that, I remember eating at Lindy's Steakhouse. And that's, I think, where it was, just north of Yonge and Gerrard. And this is Charles Street. And there is 1 Bloor East. And just across the street will soon be 1 Bloor West. And there's a YouTube channel called the B1M that recently did a video on the Manhattanization of Toronto. And it talked quite extensively about this building. All the projects under development, it's probably the most exciting given the prominent location and the fact that it's at least somewhat architecturally inspiring. It is a Norman Foster design. And it was rumored for the longest time that there would be an Apple store in the base of this building. But I'm not sure if that'll be the case anymore. And there is Chick-fil-A, and you better go there today because they're not open tomorrow. And all right, we are at Yonge and Bloor here. I wonder if that police car is trying to pull that person over. So this is the Yorkville neighborhood. And there's a look up at what they've completed so far. I think it'll be mixed use with retail and a hotel element, along with condominiums, of course. So that's it for the Yonge Street portion of this one. And this stretch of Bloor Street is kind of Toronto's version of Fifth Avenue. And you could say Bay Street is our Wall Street, and Yonge Street would be our Broadway pretty much. And I don't think those are unreasonable comparisons either. We're in one of the few cities in North America that can hold a candle to New York. Can't quite live up to it, but I think it's the next best thing.
I've been there.
And there is Italy. And this is Bay and Bloor. And speaking of New York, there's an ad for the residences at Central Park. Although that is on Shepherd Avenue East. There's a look south down Bloor, or rather Bay.
Even if I try.
He's a fixture of this area. And this will take us into the village of Yorkville. Oh, my friend just arrived. There'll be one more friend joining us. Well, at least someone's there. And you can enter Bay subway station here. And last weekend I was doing a walk through Lower Bay Station. That's a station that's only been used for a total of 6 months. And that was back in 1966. So this is Cumberland Street. And it is 6:13. So I'll be getting there just in time. And this park here is where that song, They Paved Paradise and put up a parking lot. That's the chorus. The name of it is eluding me, but that song was written after this very spot where I'm walking through. Yellow Cab, I think it was called.
It must be nice, yeah. So you don't have to put this here.
Yeah, what a crazy idea that was I hatched. So record this walk and time it so I got here. What is that beautiful car? It's a Ferrari. What a fantastic looking vehicle. And speaking of fantastic, there's Hemingway's. So I'm gonna head on in there. And I hope you enjoyed watching this one as I started from in front of the Bay Adelaide Center and made my way over to Yonge and then north, all the way up to Yonge and Bloor and then into Yorkville Village. I'm about to pop into there and have a meal on the patio. If you wish to support the channel, let me know. I'm tripping all over my words here. If you wish to support the channel, there's links to Patreon and YouTube channel membership in the description. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there's now a super thanks button appearing below these videos if you wish to say thanks that way. Anyways, see if I can flip this around. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.